morning children, welcome to e-learning session. In the previous class, we have studied about useful microorganisms. That is, microorganisms, how they are useful in food industry, then medicines, and how they increase soil fertility. In today's class, we'll be dealing with harmful microorganisms. So, harmful microorganisms. Microorganisms are harmful in many ways. Some of the microorganisms causes diseases in human beings, plants and animals. Such disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens. Some microorganisms they spoil food, clothing and leather. See here in the picture you can see pathogens. That is, these are the microorganisms which cause diseases. So microorganisms are harmful as they cause many diseases. Microorganisms which cause diseases are called pathogens. Here we can see bacteria and viruses. Bacteria causes different types of diseases such as cholera, typhoid, and viruses also cause various diseases such as flu, common cold, etc. and even the coronavirus. Now coming to types of diseases. What is a disease? Disease is a discomfort. That is, a person may not feel the normal feeling or the activities will be stopped. So diseases will be of two types, communicable disease and non-communicable disease. Communicable disease means which are transferred from one person to another. Example, common cold is the best example for communicable disease. Even malaria, HIV and smallpox, these are also examples of communicable disease. Whereas coming to non-communicable diseases, non-communicable diseases are the diseases which cannot be transferred from one person to another. For example, cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, then respiratory diseases and also cancer. These are all non-communicable diseases. So here communicable diseases. The disease can be spread through sick or infected person to a healthy person. In the picture you can see a person suffering from common cold. Okay, so the common cold is the most simplest form of communicable disease. Even conjunctivitis. Conjunctivitis means the eyes becomes red. In conjunctivitis, the eyes become red. Even typhoid. Typhoid is also a communicable disease. Smallpox is also a communicable disease which can spread from one person to another person. In smallpox, you can see small blisters on the body. Coming to non-communicable diseases. The disease that do not spread through sick or infected person to a healthy person are known as non-communicable diseases. Example, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, asthma, arthritis, etc. These are all non-communicable diseases. Now, how do the pathogens enter our body? So, they enter our body through air we breathe or water we drink or the food we eat or by direct contact, that is by shaking hands with an infected person, or may be carried out through any carrier. So, how do they enter that pathogens? How do they enter our body? Either through the air we breathe or through the water we drink or through the food we eat or by direct contact with the infected person. Now, when they enter our body, when the pathogens enter our body, they cause diseases. So, pathogens enter our body through any source. Okay, that is through airborne or through waterborne or through direct contact, and when they enter our body, they multiply inside the body cell and can result in a disease that can damage the organ. Okay, for example, when a person suffering from cold sneezes, what happens? The droplets of moisture carrying viruses are spread in the air. When the healthy person inhales the same air, there is a chance of virus entering into our body and causing infection. Even nowadays we can see coronavirus. That's why we are told that we should cover our face with mask, because there's a possibility of getting infection. So it is a communicable disease. Now, one of the source is the of transmitting the infection is carriers. Carriers are the organisms that carries the pathogen to the healthy person. For example, malaria. It is caused by a protozoan called Plasmodium, which is transmitted to healthy person by biting of female Anopheles mosquito. So the female Anopheles mosquito, it transmits the Plasmodium. When the female Anopheles mosquito, when it bites a healthy person, it transmits the Plasmodium into the blood of the healthy person, resulting in causing a disease called malaria. Similarly, Aedes mosquito is a carrier of dengue. So to prevent mosquitoes, we should keep our surroundings clean and do not let water stagnate anywhere, as mosquitoes, they breed in stagnant water. Now here is the chart, that is common human diseases caused by harmful microorganisms. So here we can see tuberculosis. It is caused by bacteria. How it is transmitted? It is an airborne infection. Then measles, it is a positive organism is virus. Again it is transmitted through air. Chicken pox, it is causative organism is virus, and it is transmitted through air or direct contact. Polio, it is caused by virus. Again it is transmitted through air or water. What are the preventive measures? That is, we should keep the patient in complete isolation, keep the person's belongings of the patient away from those to the others. Then vaccination should be given at a suitable age to prevent the diseases. Here we can see cholera and typhoid. These are caused by microorganism, namely bacteria. So how it is transmitted? It is transmitted through water, that is drinking infected water, or drinking that is having food, infected food. So here we have to maintain a personal hygiene and good sanitary habits. Consume properly cooked food and boiled drinking water can prevent the disease. Even vaccination can prevent the disease. Then coming to hepatitis B. It is caused by virus. Then how it is transmitted? It is transmitted through water. So how can we prevent? That is by drinking boiled water and by vaccination. Here then malaria. Malaria is also caused by protozoan. Then how it is transmitted? As I said, female Anopheles mosquito, it transmits the disease. So how it can be prevented? By using mosquito nets, mosquito repellents, then spray insecticides, and controlling breeding of mosquitoes by not allowing water to collect into the surroundings. So microorganisms, they not only cause diseases in human beings, but they also cause diseases in plants. So here we have a chart showing microorganism affecting the plants. That is, first one is citrus canker. Citrus canker is lemon. So what happens? It is a disease in lemon plant. So what happens here? Causative organism is bacteria. So how it is transmitted? Through air. Then rust of wheat. Okay, it is caused by fungi. How it is transmitted? Through air and seeds. Then yellow vein mosaic of Bendi. It is a disease in okra, that is Bendi. So how it is transmitted? Through virus. Then causative organism is virus, and that it is transmitted through insects. So these are the different harmful microorganisms which causes various diseases in human beings, plants and animals. I hope you understood this. In the next session, we'll be dealing with food poisoning and food preservation. Till then, stay safe, stay home.